Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, dogs, cats, and every single one of you out there who's angry with me in the comments section, welcome to episode 11 of season 9 of Titans Idiot Nation. With you as always is your host T.I. Yep, you guessed it. That's me. Yeah! Now look, I don't know how week in and week out I keep finding ways to make these ridiculous episodes, but hey, I've got a job to do here, alright? Unlike the Tennessee Titans, I come through for the people that need me. Now look. What? I know a lot of you are angry at me. I see you in the comment section. You're an idiot. Nah, nah, nah. Stop being mean to Cam Ward. He's a rookie. What do you expect? He has no protection. He has no weapons. I don't care. That's not my problem. My problem is to be a critic of the Tennessee Titans, and that's who I am. Okay? Now look, do I hate Cam Ward? Absolutely not. Not one bit. I want him to succeed. But I have not been impressed by the man who was drafted as the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
Nope.
All right, right now this man is playing about like a 4th round project, all right? And it's my job to call him out on it, okay? All y'all think I'm being mean to Cam Ward? Guess you weren't around in the Marcus Mediocre days, okay? Trust me. I'm treating Cam Ward with kid gloves as the way I handled the Flying Hawaiian, okay? I was at the game this past Sunday. There was about 12, 15 total people there, all right? It was empty as all right? Nobody wants to watch this team right now. The product on the field is pathetic. Sure, we went up against the Houston, not Oilers, okay? I get it. Yeah, they're a top defense. I get it. But we had 2 weeks to prepare for Davis Mills and still couldn't get the job done, all right? We have an offense that's averaging 14 points a game. I've seen more field goals this year than touchdowns, and that's absolutely pathetic. The Boo Birds didn't necessarily come out at Nissan because there wasn't enough fans there to boo the team. You saw the pictures of the stands, it's awful. I, for one, have been watching this team since day one, all right? A lot of people call me a fake fan because I'm not positive all the time. I was watching this team preseason against the Washington Redskins at Vanderbilt Stadium. All right, that's how far I go back. I've devoted almost 10 years of my life to making content for the Tennessee Titans. That is not the work of a fake fan. All right, I don't give a rat's you know what about clicks. I'm out here to make you laugh, to make you mad, to make you angry, to make you cry. But I'm also out here to give you a good time, all right? Unlike Tennessee Titans, all right? Unlike Tennessee Titans, I will provide you a good time, all right? That's right. My name is on the bathroom wall. For a good time, call T.I. Billy.
What?
We should probably edit that one out, all right? Don't need that one getting out in public. Make sure you cut that one out, all right?
Sure.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, look, moving on. Not a lot to talk about. Not a lot to talk about. First and foremost, let's talk about the villain in the room. That's right, me. People are angry with me because I'm not a rah-rah cheerleader. Because I'm not out here talking about the 1 or 2 good things I see in each game versus the 98 terrible things I see. Now, what do I see in Cam Ward? I will tell you. Again, I do not hate Cam Ward. I wish him success. I want him to prove me wrong because I want the Tennessee Titans to succeed. But what I don't want to see is us sitting here and kicking the treads and trying this for 2 or 3 years while we're missing out on incredible quarterbacks. All right? Going to be some nice quarterbacks coming through the draft next couple years, all right? Including this year, all right? Fernando Mendoza would look great in a Titans uniform. Just saying. This is what I see in Cam Ward. I see a likable person in the locker room. I see a guy who has leader mentality. I see incredible arm strength, all right? Accuracy, not so much. All right, he's not very accurate, and his mechanics are rough, very rough. All right, oftentimes when he's under a minimal amount of pressure, he can't hit the receiver on stride. Everybody wants to complain about the weapons. Well, look who he's throwing to. Look, you don't have incredible weapons by getting the first pick in the NFL draft. That's not how it works. Okay, guys and gals? He's still holding on to the ball in the pocket like it's his lunch break. All right, look, get rid of the ball. Tuck it and run. Do something. I guarantee you his production would be much better if he would just tuck the ball and run. I don't know if he's scared of getting hurt. I don't know if the Titans have told him we want you to be a pocket passer. But so far, I am not impressed with the overall package. Sure, he's a rookie. Sure, he's got time to grow. All right? Be mad at me all you want, but I'm not a rah-rah cheerleader. All right? This is my heel turn. I am the villain in the room. Like it, love it, leave it, I don't care. All right? It's my opinion just like yours. Everybody's got one. Now anyway, look. Big Jeffrey Simmons, got to talk about this man. This man's putting a hell of a season together, putting the team on his back. All right? Jannard Wilson has the defense clicking. Sure, we hadn't been able to pull off any amazing victories, mainly because our offense only averages 14 points a game. Bruh. Okay? The offense could get 21 or 25 or maybe even 30. We would have way more wins on this season. Okay? Now look, I know everybody wants us to have the number 1 pick and they want to trade it for more picks. I've got a solution. All right? Why don't we just use our first round picks every year for the next 5 years on the best quarterback available when we pick? That way, one of them has to hit. All right? Because Cam Ward needs some competition. That was the problem in the offseason. He had no competition. Brian Callahan told him, hey, this is your job. Will Levis said, hey, I got to have surgery. I'm out of here. All right? There was no competition, period.
Nope.
And it shows. Everybody wants to say, well, the offensive line is terrible. Look at them. They've got him getting sacked left and right. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that Drake May has 5 less sacks on the year than Cam Ward? And look at his production. Sure, he's a second-year quarterback, but he's a quarterback under a new coach, a completely new system. A coach, by the way, that all of you wanted to run out of town, and now you're crying because he's not here. All right? You can thank Mama Amy for that one. Another brilliant move on her behalf.
Bruh.
I'm just doing my job, unlike the Tennessee Titans. You can be mad at me all you want because I'm honest, but that's who I am. All right? Deep down inside, I love the Titans more than probably any of you watching this and more than probably any of you following my page. But I'm not going to sit here and be a rah-rah cheerleader for mediocrity like most of you. I'm going to call them out on their bull. That's who I am. All right? Now look, I'm not going to spend time talking about the not Houston Oilers. All right, we lost to them again. What else is new? All right, lost to Davis Mills, old ET neck mother. Anyway, look. This week we're moving on. Seattle Seahawks. Whew. Not a recipe for success. Not a recipe for success. One of the best defenses in the NFL going up against a bunch of practice squad wide receivers. All right. James Proche, Van Jefferson, Mason Kinsey. Woo boy. Cam Ward's got his work cut out for him. So look, we got problems all across the board. All right. I do like our rookies. I do like Chimere. I do like Alec. I do like Gunnar Helm. Again, not impressed with Cam Ward. I want him to succeed. I want him to prove me wrong. I'm afraid we're going right back down that Marcus Mariota route. All right? We're going to sit here trying to get the square peg to fit in the round hole while we're going to be passing up on franchise QBs in the draft. I don't want to see it again. We've been doing it over and over and over. So look. Thanks for being here, whether you hate me or whether you love me. I love each and every one of you, whether you're calling me names, whether you're praising me, whether you're just here, whether you're not here. Even those that have unfollowed me. Love you too, all right? Tighten the hell up.